Dear Yelp, I am visiting my brother in ALAMOSA, Colorado. I flew in from California. And as you know, Californians are all about that Yelp life. I recently visited a recommendation from TripAdvisor to the campus cafe, centrally located. It was a Sunday. There was very few choices as the other two restaurants were shut down. I don't want that to take away from my visit, as I came into contact with a waitress. I did not have to wear a mask, which right out the gate, I was perturbed. I saw the Wuhan in full effect, and I mean no hate towards the Asian community. I love you guys. You guys contribute all types of things to America, such as liquor stores in black communities, swap meet. You guys are selling jewelry at swap meets. How would Americans get their brand name, bootleg, fake purses, watches, and other such softwares hurting a market, big tech market? And I mean no offense by that. I too once frequented the San Diego Greyhound station where I came in contact with one tran. This is before the transsexual epidemic that is sweeping the nation, and I mean no harm towards my fellow caged sexual deviants and other such, that they're a different species trapped inside a human body. And who am I to tell such a person that they can and cannot add or subtract said flesh from said genital realm? That's neither here nor there. Yelp. Today I want to talk about the hot roast beef sandwich that I ate at the campus cafe. First of all, it was $5.84, which I found very offensive. I don't like when things are not 5s, 9s, or 0s. I found this very unnecessary, and it definitely, the old man Marley, who I met at the counter, looked like he was 2 shades to the wind. Probably had whiskey in his coffee cup. I am not an alcoholic, and I wish this man help, or at least take his family to an AA meeting so that they might deal with him better in the workforce. Yelp, I'm writing you today to tell you that the piece of roast beef that they garnished on my piece of what I was told by Lynn, I'm sure she has a Percocet habit and has built up over years. She had way too much, as I call, jet juice. Me and my brother also, he calls it jet juice, I call it jet juice. Basically, her frame should not allow her to be moving at those speeds. Therefore, we have to come to the conclusion as logical human beings that she was under the influence. Maybe the doctors out here haven't got the memo yet. There are people all over the country, including my own family, and I found this offensive. My son overdosed on fentanyl. He is still alive. But just by Lynn breathing and putting out in public that, hey, I'm full of jet juice and I'll serve you pancakes, hotcakes, hash browns in a fast manner. Also, feeling a euphoria, I'm sure her clit is tingling, which I also find offensive. They should not be bringing sexuality into the workforce, and this will be the downfall of women and women across America. Now, Yelp, I know that people take this, and everything I write on here is gospel, and I feel in no way I feel in no way that any of this is fabricated in any such manner, and I do not wish to bring the family that owns that cafe, obviously, I mean, why weren't they at church? They're definitely not church-going folk. I doubt they even believe in God. It's Sunday. Every other restaurant, and what I mean by every other is the other two, are shut down. Why weren't they in church? Maybe if the old man would put down the whiskey once in a while and get back in touch with Jesus, his daughter might follow suit. Lynn is obviously his 47-year-old daughter that's never left the house. And again, I mean no disrespect. And I mean nothing but care, loving, kind vibes going the Campus Cafe's way. Back to the hot roast beef garnish situation. And when I say garnish situation, it basically looks like when they put that little piece of weed on top of the steak that nobody ever fucking eats. Why do they do... I apologize for the swearing. Let me delete that. All I'm saying is that it looked like a giant piece of nut bread. And why is somebody making nut bread and putting gravy on it? First of all, I'm offended. I'm highly offended. My people are offended. My dead relatives are offended. And I'll have you know that I did an Ancestry.com and I am of Middle Eastern / Sub-Saharan / pyramid builder type African descent. So if you wish for me to get the if you wish for me to get those Jew guys that always stick up for every other race and such except whitey, which is always right in my book, always right, and shall remain this way until the end of time, because as we know, all white people are evil. It's in their nature. If you look it up, not to get biblical, but Jacob, obviously, if you listen to the Nation of Islam talks, he was a scientist back in the sub-Saharan days of said Moors of Africa. And at that time, before that time, it wasn't that time, but a time way, I'm talking back in time, back to the future type scenario. Back in the day. Okay? And he decided, hey, listen, there's too many black people around here. You know it'd be fucking funny? If we make some fucking ones that just don't have any color. Okay? How about that for a fucking joke, huh? How about that for a prank? Eat your heart out, Impractical Jokers. Jacob, he killed it. As you can see, his experiment lasted a little bit longer than I would assume he thought. Therefore, giving the black man, the original man, all the trouble he can handle from the old Caucasoids. So back to this hot beef scenario. I appreciate you guys' service. I wouldn't have known where to go. I wouldn't have known that the menus were going to be sticky and have numbers such as 3s at the end. A 7? 347 for fries? Who does that? Obviously, these people need help. And although I finished every last drop and licked the container, I feel as if in a 5-star scenario, at best, 2.3 at this scenario. Respectfully, Mr. Dustin Morrow. Alright, get that in the mail. P.S. There's no internet service in this town, or at least for my phone. So, therefore I had to write you a letter.